You may have seen videos or articles saying that a spoonful of something will supercharge your garden or houseplants. I've compiled 11 of the most popular substances that can be added to your planting holes along with what they do, so you don't have to watch 11 whole videos to find the one you need. Number 1. Compost. Give plants a great start. Out of all of the soil amendments where one spoonful can actually make a difference, compost is king. It adds nutrients, corrects drainage problems in clay, allows sandy soil to retain water, and improves soil biology. One spoonful gets young plants off to a great start. For larger plants, add anywhere from a handful to a shovelful to the planting hole. It doesn't matter whether you make it yourself or buy it in bags. Your plants will love it. Once plants are established, they aren't out of luck. Add layers of compost every season, or more often if you have enough rain to make it break down quickly. A layer about an inch thick should be enough for most established plants. Number 2. Bone meal. Strengthen root crops. Bone meal is full of calcium and phosphorus, two nutrients that are essential for root crops and tomatoes. Plants use these nutrients to make strong cells that resist rot, and root crops also need them to develop the fleshy parts that you want to eat. These nutrients are also particularly important for growing a good peanut crop. The calcium is what goes into the peanut shells. When planting individual starter plants, one spoonful in each hole ensures they get what they need. In planting in rows, a few generous handfuls spread in each row gets the job done quickly. The main thing to remember is that dogs love bones. If there are dogs around, bury the bone meal deeply to hide the smell and prevent your furry friends from trying to dig up a prize. Number 3. Diatomaceous earth. Pest control. Diatomaceous earth, or DE, is the fossilized remains of tiny aquatic organisms, and it kills soft-bodied insects by physically damaging their exoskeletons so that they dehydrate and die. One spoonful targets above-ground crawling insects. If the soil is dry enough, mixing some DE into it can kill grubs. Effectiveness drops significantly when wet, so reapply after rain. Use food grade only, never pool grade near edible plants. It doesn't bother mammals or birds, which makes it one of the genuinely safer pest control options available. Number 4. Coffee grounds. Nitrogen and possibly acidifying. Used coffee grounds add nitrogen to the soil as they break down, and they may slightly lower pH. This makes them especially useful for acid-loving plants like blueberries, azaleas, and tomatoes. One spoonful in a planting hole is fine. The problems start when people dump entire French press loads directly around plants and create a compacted water-repelling layer. In moderate amounts, grounds also feed soil microbes and earthworms, which is a secondary benefit worth having. Don't use them on plants that prefer neutral or alkaline soil. Peppers and most brassicas won't thank you. Use the leftover grounds from your own coffee making. If you need a lot, you can get them for free from any coffee shop that's willing to save them for you. One warning. In places like Florida, ants like them too. If you notice ants trying to stake a homestead in your garden, cut back on the coffee grounds. Number 5. Epsom salt. Magnesium deficiency. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate, and magnesium is a core component of chlorophyll, the stuff that makes your plants green. If your leaves are yellowing between the veins while the veins themselves stay green, that's a classic magnesium deficiency. One spoonful of Epsom salt in the planting hole, mixed into the soil below the plant, gives roots immediate access as they establish. It's also useful as a foliar spray dissolved in water. One warning. Don't use it if your soil already has adequate magnesium. Oversupply will block calcium uptake. If you're not sure if your soil needs it or not, A test will give you the answer. Number 6. Wood ash. Potassium and pH adjustment. Wood ash from untreated hardwood is a legitimate soil amendment. It provides potassium, calcium, and trace minerals. It also raises soil pH, making it useful for overly acidic ground. 1 spoonful in a planting hole gives root crops of fruiting plants a potassium boost that supports flower and fruit development. The catch is that it raises pH fast. Too much in already neutral or alkaline soil will cause problems. Avoid using it with acid-loving plants like blueberries. Also, avoid using ash from treated wood or coal. Number 7. Kelp meal. Micronutrients and growth stimulation. Kelp meal is dried seaweed, and it contains a remarkable range of trace minerals that synthetic fertilizers mostly ignore. It also contains natural plant growth hormones, cytokinins and auxins, that promote root development and overall plant vigor. 1 spoonful in a planting hole won't dramatically change your macronutrient picture, but the micronutrient and hormonal effects are real and measurable. It's particularly useful in sandy Florida soils that have been leached of trace minerals by heavy rainfall over time. It breaks down slowly, feeding soil biology as it goes. It's relatively expensive on a per bag level, but a little really goes a long way. Number 8. Neem powder. Broad pest suppression. Neem cake or neem powder, the byproduct of pressing neem oil, is one of the more useful things you can add to a planting hole. It contains azadirachtin, which disrupts the life cycle of soil-dwelling pests and many above-ground insects without the toxicity of synthetic pesticides. It also has antifungal properties and adds organic matter as it breaks down. 1 spoonful mixed into backfill soil when transplanting gives you slow-release pest protection through the growing season. It smells terrible, which is apparently part of how it works. Don't confuse it with neem oil. That's a different product with different applications. Number 9. Turmeric. Antifungal properties. Turmeric is healthy for humans, and it also helps plants. Curcumin, the active compound, has demonstrated antifungal properties in laboratory conditions. Some swear by it for providing a boost to fungus resistance and overall plant resilience. Others are skeptical that it does anything. It's non-toxic, cheap, and if it does help, it's a bonus. Think of it as a harmless addition rather than a cure-all solution. Don't buy expensive turmeric supplements for this. Plain culinary powder is fine. Number 10. Sulfur. Lowering pH in alkaline soil. If your soil pH is too high, most nutrients become chemically unavailable to plants even when they're physically present. This wastes your fertilizer. Sulfur is a standard amendment for bringing alkaline soil down to a workable range. Soil bacteria convert it to sulfuric acid slowly over weeks, so it's not an instant fix. Work it into your soil before planting rather than as an emergency measure. 1 spoonful per planting hole gives a localized pH adjustment around the root zone. It's particularly useful for blueberries, which need very acidic conditions. Don't overdo it. Going too far in the other direction creates its own nutrient lockout problems. Number 11. Cinnamon. Damping off on fungal issues. Damping off is a seedling killer. Your sprouts come up fine, then suddenly keel over at soil level and almost melt away. It's a fungal problem, and cinnamon has antifungal properties that can help prevent it. Dust a spoonful around seedlings or mix it into your seed starting mix. It won't cure an active outbreak, but as a preventive measure, it has real evidence behind it and zero toxicity concerns. It also reportedly deters fungus gnats, which are both annoying and damaging to seedling roots. Use true cinnamon or cassia. Both work and both are cheap. There you have it. 11 of the most popular soil additions that can be done with 1 spoonful per starter plant. Try them out and let us know how well they worked.